Yo, so here we go. A spontaneous transmission that I don't have a clue what this is about, but the energy is urging me to go public, and I have been secluding myself and just, purifying energetically, defragmenting my operating system, my software. So I guess we can start with also like awareness of your software, or what we call spirituality, but let's call it awareness of your software. And spirituality, you can call it also just mind mastery. Okay, but having control of your awareness, actually, where the awareness goes. So this is very interesting, and I can go into depth with this. So let's make it fun, maybe, and kind of like do something that can give any of you watching this video actually like a powerful exercise of self-mastery. Alright, I think we can do that. So here's the awareness, right? And everybody heard about mindfulness, so it's like, you can observe your impulses, the things that want to animate your body into movement, desire, and attention goes, and it's kind of automatic. Your operating system is already pre-programmed, so you may have so-called demons running the show, and I'll explain. This is not something to be afraid of or whatever, but you may have urges running the show, because we're all being programmed, and we're programmed by other people's words, other people's projections, and TV and whatnots. Okay, now it's funny when you see a lot of things that are marketed, and a lot of things that people do on social media, sales social media, the intention behind that may be interesting, because theoretically you have to see whether there is a light intention, which would be like loving intention, or there is a distorted intention. Now we'll go also and cover what distortion is or whatnot, but here's the thing. Something that is neutral, equanimous, maybe even the word non-dual, maybe objective, and maybe the truth. Silence and presence of your pure being is definitely the highest truth. And in the silence and in the presence, your mind will run. This is meditation. Try to meditate, and then my body wants to drink water. And then, information comes up that wants to move the puppet, move the avatar into different directions. So what do? We fast. We say, okay, no water right now, and no checking the phone right now, and no eating right now, because what I am doing, I'm purifying all of my programs that automatically run my body. This is a discipline, because hey, you are kind of going to have a little bit of a hard time, because every program that wants to run your body, to whatever the program wants to do with your body, and whoever programmed it, maybe it was TV, okay, maybe you were nurturing your intentions, you were maybe creating your programs intentionally, your rituals, your habits, your life's mood board, with love and joy, and it's optimized. Most of the time we are co-creating in a collective arena, and there is a lot of junk. It's literally spam, it's malware, it's spam, it's malware in your, coming in your eyes, in your ears, from everywhere. Popular music, commercial, TV, media, mind control programming stuff. So it's super weird. I'm gonna even go to tell you this, that if you didn't allow, let's say we had Corona on a mass manifestation, like everybody manifesting this storyline, this timeline, if you don't let that come into your ears or your eyes, or you don't let yourself speak about that, you're not creating the timeline of that. You cannot experience timeline of ailment if you are an authority over your brain, your mouth, your ears, your eyes, right? So this is not like three monkeys see no evil. speak no evil, do no evil, hear no evil, sorry. This is not like let's play dumb. Okay, let's play dumb would be let's la 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 sing over something that is already happening within us. But if we purify, and when we purify, then actually is the awareness of the gates, and you're the gatekeeper, and these are your gates, right? So whatever you say becomes your reality, but whatever somebody says into you, right? Like a TV, blah, 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 blah. So sometimes I look at a TV, and like out of the actual like TV, there is like a bunch of demons coming. Now I will explain what demons are. So it's software, okay, or it's etheric infrastructure that animates reality. And this etheric infrastructure is of two natures. One is damaging nature, and it looks black, like black, basically, and what looks lighter, it's nourishing energy. So would you be friends with me? Or let's say maybe, you can tolerate a lot with your friends or families or whatever, but like, let's say we go on a date or whatever, and I start to be like, really, like scaring you. Like, what, something's wrong with you. I'm sure something's wrong with you. Something's wrong with you. You'll be like, yo, dude, like the date is over. It's just like, you're crazy, right? But people do this on a TV every day. There's like, everything is wrong. There's something wrong, with you, and something's wrong with you, and you're gonna get sick, and something wrong with you, and this is like, and we're going broke, and something wrong with you, and there's terrorism, and we're gonna get killed, and something wrong. And so this is unnatural, okay, fear programming, because hey, somebody realized, and this was just an evolution tactic, that people are more obedient when they're like alarmed. Okay, they don't rationalize that much, so you can get them to do whatever you want. So it's a good governance strategy. So we create marketing and like mass media programming, right? And then even more subtle, because like the movie production, where the money goes, it's all sponsoring some level of programming. Okay, movies, TV shows, everything's giving a reality template. And there are a lot of agendas. Where the money goes, there's an interest. So whatever is produced, there's an interest, okay? And so this is the deep rabbit hole, but okay, you don't have to be afraid, because it's okay, I like, my mind gets, I look at the stories on Instagram. I avoid it, like, I don't even, like, really spend so much time scrolling, or it's just like, maybe I just check my DM if somebody wrote me or whatever, and then I look at like first 3 stories, and sometimes it's my girls or my sister, but she's kind of showing some booty or something, and then it's like instant etheric connection made, because hey, I'm showing a little bit of like skin, a little bit of flesh to invoke some attention, because it feels good, but then we're hooked, and now it's like, yo, what's happening? So you're subscribing into other people timelines, and in these timelines you don't have a clear contract. In the etheric contract, you have to really read the energy to see, okay, wait, I'm subscribing into this timeline where I'm paying my attention to you, and you're giving me exactly what. Okay, you have a nice booty, that's fine. Okay, I enjoy looking at it. Or you're giving me a story that's gonna keep my heart pumping, and I'm gonna feel excited, but it's a story of scarcity, it's a story of fear. Now I'm subscribing into perpetual program of fear, scarcity, right? So these are basically then your demons, right? And basically all this spiritual world, even if they have like, even if there's like entities, fragmented entities, thought forms of this and that they have a body of thought form, and then there is some consciousness to that entity, and that entity might be like manipulative, it might have a personality. Let me let my dog in. Yo, come. Haydi uç. So they can be archetypal energies that are, let's use the word satanic, okay? But everybody kind of thinks Christ is a person, that is Jesus, and then Satan is another person, that is somebody with a horns or something like this. So this is like so off, okay? Because simply on a very archetypal level, there is sun and there is entropy or dissolution of form. Dissolution form goes darker, 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 and then everything defragments into pure consciousness. But to go there, it's exciting, but it's like you feel afraid, like watching horror flicks and it's just giving you stress, because your body is wired to actually avoid that. Okay, but look at the stimuli. Look at the stimuli, look at the TV show, whatever gets you excited. People shooting guns, chasing. It's exciting, right? Because on a level, when you're watching a TV show, you have a sensation it's not real. And on another level, life is a TV show. So you always actually liberate from everything because you're always pure consciousness. But now in pure consciousness, there is the God mind, which is the architecture of reality. In the God mind, there's two archetypal polarities, the sun and the black hole that just dissolves everything and emptiness. And then there's the sun, which like gives birth to all the forms, right? So destruction of all the forms, birth of all the forms. Go up and down. So what crystallizes the forms and give information to the forms is the codes that go from the sun. Now, the sun needs the pull of the other, like, juxtaposed aspect of the God mind, at least in this dual universe, okay? So I'm just explaining the architecture of this reality. Because they're heavenly realms and they're heavenly universe, and there's a universe that's completely different than the setup than this one. So it's like video games, if you look at the genres of different video games, and they're just like so different. There's like when the candy goes and you're playing like the candies, so there's universe like that, and there's your universe, your Super Mario, and there's a boss that you have to defeat, and there's then really, really, really abstract ones that don't even relate to whatever logic we're using in this one. But basically in this one, because it's a dual one, what takes the energy from the sun and where the energy is structured that the sun emanates, it's in the space, at the womb, the emptiness. So there's an equilibrium where things are neatly structured, right in the middle, okay? But then if things go more into the womb, well, actually womb dissolves and then also holds space. If you put the right seed in, then the seed can crystallize inside the womb. If it doesn't get crystallized, it gets recycled, right? And like, you know, the menstrual cycle, you release and you bleed, right? And then, or you conceive and then you grow. And so this is actually, we see that on the level of our physical bodies, we see that on the archetypal level, and this is also on the level of your mind. If you can focus on your mind on a thing, the thing starts to be more crystallized in your mind, then it manifests into reality. If you lose your focus, you let the thing go, what? Your thoughts just disperse. They just instantly, because this is a more subtle density, your thoughts, you start to focus, you're imagining something, it starts to get more crystallized, you're adding details to the picture, or you lose focus and that dies. And so it is with the entropy of the physical reality. Those things we care for, like I even had a car, and when I left it on the parking, it started to rot. For real, when I drove it, the car was like being super healthy because I gave my awareness to that car, and my awareness crystallized the car into really nice shape, and I can drive it off-road and whatnot, but it stays like neat. And it's the same with my plants and my home. Like when I'm present with my plants, or even my dog, when like we're not present with my dog and we don't give her attention, and you know, like she starts to get like ill or something, right? So you always have to just be present with the things that you want to see recrystallize in the equilibrium. So you take care of these things, right? So God is then threefold. What we call God is the God mind, or the mind, because this mind here, whatever we conceive the mind to be, is a subcompartment of the larger mind. So the God mind, I call it, yeah, or universal mind, the logos. The logos is God, generator, operator, destroyer. So the sun, the equilibrium where things remain nurtured and taken care of, and you like dust them off and you keep them nice and tidy because you love them, and then destroy, well, whatever you don't want to take care of, it dies. And actually, you know, I had a few instances where I would know somebody, they have an animal and they can't take care of it and they don't know what to do because they have to leave or travel, and then the animal kind of like dies or gets into an accident. And then it's very sad, but it's also like, you know, it's a letting go. And so we will also let go of this life when we stop being like having fun and maintaining equilibrium. We start to go into entropy. So you can remain equilibrium, and you can even be like not mortal like 100 years span, but you can be living for whatever amount of time if you're remaining the crystallization of your body. And we can get more into that. Okay, so now software. I started about software, so I want to talk to you about software. So you feel through your body emotion, and your body reacts to these kind of black or white streams of data, okay, in either this way, cringes, okay, which is the animation in your body that we call a demon, because hey, if something is exciting me in this way, then that something is actually threatening, like an object collision or a predator or whatever. I'm just like, right? So that's disturbing. Now, something is like giving me radiance, nourishment. I'm like, hey, and the body goes, hi, you see. Now, let's talk then with the objects and collision with objects. So, you know, something hurts you. Your body is equipped to react with this contracted, you know, pulling back energy. You make yourself small to survive, or you hide, or you make yourself aggressive. So this is what we call like demons in the software. They're still operations of your software. So your software is actually alarmed. It's not like I can come and I can be very, let's say, like I come and I'm evil. I'm like, right? And if you are loving and you don't interact with that, you don't have to be aroused, you know, this way, right? If I startle you, you will, because it's automatic. If you have consciousness, you can choose not to be startled. And even then, you know, it's like you go to a self-defense class and you do a little bit of knife work or something, and then a gun work or whatever. And then next time you are not going to be startled with that situation. You can remain calm. You can be, you know, somebody pulling a knife, you'd be like, and they go away. Okay, because you have to automatically form a bond like I did on Instagram with somebody's booty, right? Because it was, you know, I didn't expect. I was like, my friend started, and then I'm like, what I'm going to do with that, because this is just, well, it's a bait. It's not actually gonna it's not gonna actually be there for me to kind of like relax my head on it, like soft cushion or whatever. Like, so it's just like, you know, well, sometimes when we're girls we do that. We're like pretty and young, and then we're just baiting for attention because it feels nice or whatever. We actually want the love of God that is within us, but we're still looking that in a cheeseburger or a booty or whatever, because we're naturally wired animals to, you know, look for shelter, look for food, look for booty, look for. So you can sometimes, you know, you can center yourself, and you can then completely control your awareness, where your awareness go, and you can be immune to everything. You can be immune to Corona time, and you can be immune to booty, you can be immune to whatever. You can say no, but too saintly is also like, you go out of this reality. This kind of like human realm that we are now, if you go and purify and crystallize going to your light body, you're not in this realm. You're going into this realm where there are like spirits and spaceships and other stuff. So like to be on Earth is good to have, you know, a taste of grapes and like some sensuality, tactility, like in a balance, in an equilibrium with like, you know, going all the way into the like the Christed architecture and then what? Yeah, you can move then into other spaces, other realms, because they're your homes also in the like in the building. Take the elevator, okay? But here it's about experimenting. It's also about it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to get in a really trippy mood, because here is where you're allowed to also not see the oneness of all things and kind of have a freedom to be in a trippy movie that you're directing, but you don't know that you're directing, and then you're also acting in it first person, and then it's like really trippy, and then of course you're gonna mess up because nothing is obvious and everything is like actually all of these mechanisms that like operating your puppet are hidden. Where are the energies? Do you see there are little strings that like God is operating my puppet from? No, they're invisible. So we call it spiritual. We don't see it. So now bringing us some awareness to that, and how you start to feel that, you start to see that, you start to interface with that level of reality. It's a whole new game. You know, even in the human realm, it was like we're kept in the human realm. It's all physical, and we don't know where it came from. And then, oh wait, okay, etheric realm, energy realm, and then pure consciousness realm, and then higher ups, and like multiverse and source and whatnot. Okay, like there's now a lot of things that we can also bring into physicality. There's also things where you can just shut this down and then go there and then do that and then come back here and then interpolate or kind of like bring all of these inspirations from the other places into here, then make them into video games or board games or haunted houses or whatever. So again, Christ and Satan, they're not guys, okay, and they're not even yet like angels or demons or entities. They have like personalities. So let me explain that, because these archetypal forces, I mean, you can call an archetype a trait or a personality, but it's way more primordial. It's kind of a function of the God mind. Like, let's say your own mind here, right here, your subcompartment of the mind, as within, so without, as above, so below. So you can literally see it in your own mind. Close your eyes. It's maybe black, or maybe, I don't know, you see like green or purple or whatever, but like, imagine an apple. Now delete that apple. So what you just did there, you just created a light image and then you destroyed it. Alright? So you're using the function of the mind that is put something on the screen and that becomes formed image and then take that off the screen. So when you're talking about the emitter, the sun, and the entropy, and then the equilibrium is where you see the apple and you're maintaining apple in your awareness. And then the apple came from the sun, and if you let it go, it will be deleted in the dark. Okay, so it's like you close your eyes, you either see light or dark, but let's say most of the time, like I close my eyes, it's black. So where does the energy come from? So let's say I have free will, I say it's an apple, it becomes a green apple. For you it might be red, but then I say it's a box under a Christmas tree, it's a gift, and then I open it, and then it's Schrodinger's cat, because as I open the gift, inside there can be toys, or it can be candy, or it can be comic books, or it can be a little bird, or so now you can change your mind, you see. Now every time you change your mind in the Schrodinger's box, it's a black hole where you need to fill the light in. And either, you know, so there's a cat in your present, Christmas present, or the cat is dead or alive, or it's a bird, or it's a toy, or it's a comic book. You are changing, okay? And as you do this also, even then the physicality or the things that are not in the subtle realm where the change is so fast, even on the physical realm, the change starts to be occurring faster. And sometimes even real time, like real physical objects or things, you get like a reality reload, because you can also then understand or allow more rotation, more energy rotation. The more energy rotation your nervous system can spin, the higher frequency, therefore the faster, less physical the thing get. It still can remain physical for your convenience. It can shapeshift into another thing. Okay, especially if you're going and like you're sitting and you're going to higher chakras. So let's talk about this also. As the software goes through your body, you know the chakra system. So this is how you're interfacing with this reality. Above here, you have other systems, other floors that construct this reality experience, okay? But they're more like a console, and there's a lot of weird stuff happening there that I would need like a whole lifetime to kind of like go into all of this. But basically, to do that, your awareness can be like here or here, or even like it can be in my penis, like when I have my awareness goes there or goes there or goes there, right? So you can keep your awareness here, have a nice human life from your heart, enjoy everything, you know, a little bit of grapes, a little bit of beer, a little bit of, you know, movies, popcorn. I love it, love it, love it. Now you can go here, you can then be streamlining like all this information, whatever, or you can keep it all together and spinning. But if you want to go here, so imagine walking the street and your awareness is up there. So you will be like a little bit ungrounded. Maybe you can be grounded and still build this pillar. Like Qigong people do that, right? They build a pillar and they go around also in the forest and they do like exercise and they build up the pillar. So they're like walking then, but they're also all the way here. Now on these upper floors of the building, this reality is actually constructed from. So here I will share an example, because like I don't like to talk about woo-woo experiences with a whole bunch of people, but here you're watching my channel, so I'm at least be myself and like tell this, and then I hope you understand what I'm talking about, right? Like I usually don't talk, people don't really understand this kind of stuff. Most of the people like you on a usual conversation, everyday conversation, right? So but it's really interesting to me, fascinating also. So for me to go there and build this gong or this like pillar, right? So I have to like kind of relax here. Like I can't do this much talking and like acting with my puppet. I have to like do a little bit of meditation and really, 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 really go with my awareness all the way up, and then allow these energies to kind of consolidate, okay, to create coherency. So something funny happened the other day. I was like meditating like that, and then I had my girlfriend sitting in front of me, and I transcended. So I kind of like went into that, and I was seeing like all kind of things happening upside there. They were like just weird that they're not from this reality structure. So I don't. But then I felt like I transcended this reality because it started to look like a puppet show, right? And then I have my girlfriend sitting on the other side, and she's just like kind of going along with the joke. But the joke is that now the scenery, like the room behind her, is disappearing into smoke, right? So now there's like two of us left in some floating chairs, and there's like emptiness behind, okay? And even as this was happening, I still had software. So here in the body, I have software residual stuff, like emotions that residues that I didn't defragment, because I just try to do my yoga every day and like meditation, but then I also just want to get caught up with some reality stuff, and it's not like fully functioning routine as I used to have when I was just going solo and investigating all this stuff. Okay, so at this point I'm getting into like a trippy level of reality, because like you see me right now, and then imagine just the backdrop just disappear into smoke, and then it's black emptiness. Okay, so that would be weird, right? Unexpected. But it also takes your whole thing, and then while I'm going with that, there is emotional residue that's kind of like, you would say, like an energy block. So like my body is glitching and cannot go into full crystallization. When I say crystallization, you want to get coherence with these higher dimensions. You want to first become very empty of like whatever your software is doing with your body, wherever it's prompting you to go. And whether that is like, hey, I want to do lovely things, or I want to fight and I have demons, right? The negative software that is actually entropic, so it's also what it's going to do with us. It's going to push us into dog-eat-dog situations where we're going to be like, ah, and then we're going to destroy each other. And this is what it does when we go to war, or we're getting like energy. Our energies go into like anti-life behaviors, okay? And these are now all kind of subtle when we talk about demons, right? So it's software, but the nature of that is taking life away from you and whatever somebody involved with that. And now this can be like nuanced, it can be predatory behaviors, it can be emotional manipulation, it can be TV programming that's just like there not to actually tell you that you are omnipotent being, but there to kind of keep you in a scarcity loop or mindset, whatever. So there's a lot of even advice people give you, so please don't take my advice, right? If you need to like feel and learn from your own inner silence, from your own inner heart, because all the answers are within you. I'm just animating the human theater, okay, with like stories, yes? And these are perspectives, and these are not like all perspectives are relative. You see what I mean? So that being said, follow your own advice and make mistakes and learn from them and whatever, not, or call, sincerely say, illuminate me, the Logos, the Christos, or the God, whatever you want to call it, and you will then sit down, become empty and listen, and you will find out whatever you are asking. Knock and the doors shall be open, ask and the truth will be revealed unto you. It's, you are that, you are all of that, so it's all your servers and you can tap into them and download information. Now, when I'm saying people may be giving advice, people may be thinking, even believing in their own limited awareness, in their own limited perspective, that they're trying to do good to other people, but they may be paving a road to hell for whoever is listening to that advice. And so discernment, what can you do? So, and discernment is really, is this elevating my heart? Basically, that's basic discernment. A lot of the things in the world that we take for granted, family life, movies, TV, like culture, it's not school. Things that people tell you since you're born you have to do, they're not elevating your heart. So they're not for you. They're other people's advices. Maybe sometimes even something worked for somebody else and they just have an intention to maybe help you, but it might be feeling cringy to you and you don't want to do that, and it's actually not going to work for you. So discernment. So my energetic like software is like defragmenting, and emotional impressions, they need to also find expression. So whatever you memorize, whatever you life experience, memorize into your subconscious, you also have to like put that into art, put that into song, put that into dance, and then impress and then decompress, or otherwise you stay depressed or whatever, like blocked or constricted. So as I was then going into this funny theatrical so let's call this upper chakras movie production, okay? This is where you're directing and producing your movie, and this is your avatar, your actor, right? So from there, some funny things are happening, like the backdrop is disappearing into smoke and then becoming nothing, and then my emotions in my emotional body, they're like like glitching because I have residual emotions. So when you want to, like, I guess, shoot yourself up to another floor or like travel the universe or whatever, I mean, you can like do that because if you take magic mushrooms, or I guess ayahuasca, I'm not also like saying this right for you or whatever, but I'm just like uh, had my share of experience with that. So sometimes, and if these things are done properly, I have to accentuate, if these things are done properly and with vertical alignment, because you can just do them and just get spammed by entities or whatever, right? So you need to do them with the vertical alignment, with intention to connect with source, and then from that, you know, these will first defragment your software, purify you, and then create the coherence between the floors. All right. So in this way, they can be very then beneficial, and they're the keys that are actually made for that. Now, all the keys that Super Mario finds in the video game and bonuses, Super Mario Higher Self, or you, the player, already had those keys, so they can be granted to you even without you running through the video game, being Super Mario, and then eating the mushroom, becoming Big Mario. You can also say, hey, I am completely and utterly ready for some level of revelation. Now, this will kill your video game. Knock and the door shall be open. It's like, there's no veil of forgetfulness. There is. But who put it there? Oh, the demiurge, or like the devil demiurge is like holding you captive in this video game. No, bro, it's all servers, and if you open the door, your game and what you preset for yourself will defragment, because you need to be in a realm to make believe that realm. Okay, so you can play in the realm, but if you open the hatch of that realm and like you see the realm is the realm, then you can just chill in the realm. You may find a new new quest in the GTA, right? If you like. And so it's like taking the VR off, but then it's breaking the illusion. And we subscribe into illusion with also a spoiler alert. That means that like, if you were not ready to hear what I've just said here, you wouldn't be like watching this video, because that would be locked in a frequency key. Like with an etheric key, you couldn't access this bandwidth of what I'm saying, what I'm sharing. There's crazy avatars in this planet that like walk through walls and like do all kind of stuff, and there's aliens and whatnot, and you will not see them unless you unlock that bandwidth. So you have prescribed yourself certain bandwidth so you can master them, and there is actually infinite bandwidth, because you know where the other universes are. Space is relative. It's all happening right here, right now, around the point of your awareness. Like, God, you, is just consciousness, and then you're putting different DVDs in your VR headset. Okay? So when I'm saying like you have to unlock something, it's like unlocking the headset and then changing the program. It's not that like God is over there and then planets are over there and then other universes are way over there. Sure, in the VR it looks like there's a simulator, there's a perspective, and then if you're walking through the physical world, they're gonna take you eons to get there. If you change the DVD, the image changes, you're right there. Okay, hope that kind of made sense, and if you did and you're into this stuff, drop a comment. I'll see you on the flip side.